The GP had told me over the phone, and he says, well, it can't be. He says, you're 20 years old and you've got no sperm. And you get this inferiority to who you are. You're a man. You should be the one that can produce a child.
It is very, very difficult because he did just sit and blame himself.
By doing work, it meant I wasn't dealing with what was going on at the time. Just shut out that side of things.
It was good for him to go out on the bike and just speed away all his problems, I guess.
I knew her dream was to have a family, and I'm told I can't be the one to give her that family. That was probably the most insecure times as well, of I could lose my wife over this because I know she wants a family so much, and I didn't know we could actually produce one through other means at that point.
I had read up about IVF, but I guess you don't really think about, the complications that go with it.
We'd had 2 unsuccessful rounds of IVF. The eggs had been used bar the last 4. So they do the grading, and off the grading, the ones left were the worst.
And as far as I was concerned, the procedure failed.
It goes back to you feeling like it's your fault again, because she's the one in pain, but it shouldn't ever have been her.
We had the miscarriage, it then became my problem. There was a reason why I'd lost, as far as I was concerned, I'd lost our baby.
3 miscarriages, 7.5, 8 years, and 8 rounds of treatment. She was at the end, and very much of the belief that if the best of the best hadn't worked and then the medium ones hadn't worked, what chance have the worst embryos got of actually producing a healthy child?
I was broken. I just couldn't carry on.
I don't think I'll ever forgive that I had to make her go through all that. I wish there was another way.
And financially, we didn't have any money. We didn't have enough money to go through all of the procedures that we had to. But so Gareth sold his motorbike, all of our possessions that we loved, we sold just to save money to do the procedures. It was worth it to him because he wanted a baby to love. I
didn't have anyone to talk to. There was nothing. I didn't feel comfortable talking to people I knew. I didn't know anyone going through it locally. If there was, I don't think I probably could have been brave enough to attend, putting my face to the condition. And I did go online a few times, but the groups were very female dominated.
There's nobody there for men because, again, men don't open up a lot. I did find as well that a lot of the groups that allowed men on had women on, and men just didn't want to speak to women. Without sounding too harsh with it, you want to talk about things that you know will upset a lady. Their opinion, they are the ones physically going through it. So you almost don't feel just by airing your concerns, your upset, or your frustrations out. There's Nat knew I needed to talk, and I still couldn't talk openly enough to Nat about it. I set the group up just to initially support myself, and there was just me sat in this group waiting, and overnight there was a couple of requests, and oh gosh, that's quick. The more people join from around the world, it's brilliant seeing that you can actually unite over something that's a difficult issue, a difficult topic, and maybe they feel more comfortable speaking to someone they're not going to bump into in the street.
Until you get introduced to people who feel like you feel like you're the only one in the world with that problem.
It allowed me to have other people to talk to.
I feel it's really important for men to be able to talk, because if they don't, it eats up inside.
It's the most important thing I ever done. I wish I'd done it sooner, but it's now up there. It's up there for people to find, and secret enough that people don't need to know that you're on it, so you can speak in confidence and talk out.
I want them to have their happy ending and know that it can happen, and they can see that we got there. As say, it took us 8 years, 4 heartbreaking miscarriages, but we did get our baby boy.
It quickly makes you forget a lot of the pain. He really does undo all of the problems, all of the pain, all the fight. It's just completely irrelevant when you're holding your little miracle.
I'm incredibly proud of him because it will help others, and that's all he wants to do, is help people.
My hope was always to help one other. I thought if one other person joined and we got support, then it was a worthy exercise. I've helped me and someone else.